So you have these life goals that you're pursuing and you keep hitting these internal and external roadblocks. And you are wondering, how are others succeeding when I am not? What is the separator between me and those who are successful? If this sounds like you, then definitely stick around because we'll be going over the multiple ways you should act in order to be successful so that you can take this knowledge, start building success, and eliminate excuses. We'll be utilizing the book The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, covering chapters 21 and 22 in today's video. I have hand selected one key quote that stood out to me the most in each of the 2 chapters. Let's start off with chapter 21. You cannot allow yourself, your team, your family, or anyone in your organization to use another excuse as a reason why something didn't come to fruition. Everyone uses excuses. So let's go ahead and confront them now so that they don't distract you later. So what is an excuse? An excuse is a justification to do something or not do something. In reality though, an excuse usually turns out to be something other than the real reason that motivates your actions. What does this mean? Let's say your excuse for being late to work is that you ran into traffic. Well, that's not truly the reason why you did not show up to work on time. The reason why you showed up late is because you did not leave early enough to allow for the possibility of traffic. Excuses are never the reason for why you did or did not do something. They're just revisions of the facts in order to help you feel better about what happened or didn't happen. Constantly making excuses will never change your situations. Only getting to the root real reasons will do this. Excuses are for those who refuse to take responsibility for their life and how it turns out. You have to start understanding the difference between making excuses and providing actual sound reasons for events, situations that pop up. One major separator between being successful and not successful is that successful people do not make excuses. They embrace responsibility. Nothing happens to you, it happens because of you. If you make success an option, then it simply won't be an option for you. You have to make it your duty to become successful. You have to make it your duty to reach success in the goals, the dreams, the desires that you have. Once you adopt a higher sense of responsibility and refuse to make any more excuses, then you can start embarking on finding solutions to your problems. As we know, when there's a lot of something, that a lot of something has very little value. And we all confront people who are throwing out excuses left and right every single day. So excuses are plentiful, which means they offer absolutely no value. Because they don't serve you in becoming successful or building success and achieving your goals, then they're absolutely useless and worthless use of your energy. Make it your duty, your obligation, your responsibility to pursue success, to obtain success. And commit and challenge yourself to never use excuses ever again for anything. Take 100% ownership over everything that you do. 100% responsibility. Now let's get into chapter 22. Here's the quote that stood out to me the most. Although I don't personally operate in the success column 100% of the time, I do make efforts to ensure that I spend most of my time doing what successful people do. The distinctions between successful people and unsuccessful people have nothing to do with economics, education, or demographics. Although these experiences and events can influence these groups, they are ultimately not the determining factor in their lives. Successful people talk, think, and approach situations, challenges, and problems differently than most people. And they definitely think about money differently. So then what are the habits and characteristics that successful people have so that we can learn from them, adopt them, strategically develop those habits and characteristics in our own lives so that we too can become successful? One area of focus is to have a can-do attitude. People with a can-do attitude approach every situation with the outlook that no matter what, it can be done. They consistently use phrases such as, "We can do it. This can happen. We can get it done." They always maintain that a solution is possible, that a solution exists somewhere out there. These people are always resolving issues and consistently communicating challenges with a positive outlook. No matter how daunting or seemingly impossible a situation might be, they still have a can-do attitude. It's important to believe and convey to others that a solution is always possible, because then you're motivating yourself and others to work on finding a solution. Another area of focus is to believe, I will figure this out. This outlook goes hand in hand with the can-do attitude. Again, it refers to the person who's willing to accept responsibility and find a solution. Even if right away you can identify that you have no idea how you're going to solve the problem, still say, I will figure this out. You can research, learn, ask people questions. There's a way to figure it out when you don't readily know how to figure it out. No one values the person who doesn't have the information and is not even willing to go out there and get the information. Even if you don't readily know how to solve the problem, you should still be excited to go out there and be like, yes, I'm going to figure this out. Because at the end of figuring it out, then that will start equipping you with an experience and newfound knowledge that you can then use in other future conversations and other future situations, whatever it may be. If somebody comes up to you and says, I got this problem, can you help? How does it help the situation to say, I don't know how to do that? Say, let's figure it out together. Or, you know what? Let me take some time to figure it out. It's perfectly fine and acceptable to readily admit that you don't have all the information, that you don't know how to solve this problem, but you will go out there and figure it out. You don't need to know everything, but you need to have the willingness to go out there and then figure something out when a problem arises. There's absolutely no pressure to know everything. You just have to have the willingness to go out there, take the responsibility to figure it out. You gain far more respect from others when you approach it that way, rather than just saying, I don't have the information, I don't know how to solve the problem, and just cutting it off right there. Another area of focus is focus on opportunity. Successful people see every situation, whether it's a problem or a complaint, it doesn't matter, as an opportunity. Where other people see difficulty and hard work, successful people see opportunity and a problem to solve. Remember, success is overcoming challenges. You success your way to success. Because we all know when we face challenges, we're making mistakes, we're fumbling our way through it, making some failures, until we're finally able to reach success and overcome that challenge. Therefore, you cannot succeed without some kind of difficulty. And the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. Another area of focus is to love challenges. Whereas other people run away from challenges and avoid challenges, successful people run after challenges, embrace challenges. Challenges are the very experiences that sharpen successful people's abilities. To achieve your goals, you have to get to a place where every challenge is fuel for you. While others see challenges as a loss, you must see challenges as a win. Because again, it allows you to sharpen your abilities. The more you win in life, the higher your potential will be, and the more you will grow into loving and embracing challenges. Another area of focus is to seek to solve problems. Successful people absolutely love seeking out problems. Because anytime you solve a problem, you are rewarded in some way. And the more people who benefit from the solution, the more powerful your success will be. You get yourself on the successful list by seeking out problems to solve. Establish yourself as someone who makes situations better, not worse. Another area of focus is to persist until successful. The ability to persist on a given path, regardless of the setbacks, regardless of the unexpected events or bad news, is a trait common to those who are successful. This is innately true in children. One example is the toddler learning how to walk. They persist and persist and persist until they are successful in walking. Another example is the toddler listening in on the language that is being spoken around them and developing this language and being able to speak and communicate eventually. They persist and persist and persist until they are successful in speaking the language that they hear around them. Persistence is a great advantage to anyone who wants to create success, because most people have given up on their innate ability to persist. Once you decide to retrain yourself to do whatever it takes to ensure that you are in the best mental, emotional, and financial position to persevere, you will absolutely find yourself on the list of the most successful. Another area of focus is take risks. At some point, you will have to take a risk, and successful people are willing to do this daily. While most people are trying to protect and conserve a reputation, a position, or some already achieved state, successful people are out there taking risks. They allow themselves to be criticized, looked at, and seen by the world, while the unsuccessful hold back and play it safe. Another area of focus is be unreasonable. Successful people recognize how vital it is to act without reason. They know they cannot afford to act in the agreed upon realities, because if they do, the seemingly impossible can never become possible. We wouldn't have many of our great inventions without somebody choosing to be unreasonable. Another area of focus is be dangerous. Ever since you were a child, there have been people trying to keep you away from danger. Being careful requires you to take actions cautiously, and there's no way you'll ever hit 10x levels of activity by being cautious. To do something big, you have to embrace some level of danger. Another area of focus is create wealth. Think in terms of creating money and wealth, not salaries and conservation of funds. Figure out how to create wealth through the exchange of great ideas, quality service, and effective problem solving. It's important to remember, there are no shortages of money, only shortages of people creating wealth. Redirect your attention from conserving money to creating wealth, and you'll be thinking as successful people do. Another area of focus is readily take action. Successful people take unbelievable amounts of action. Regardless of what the action looks like, these people are rarely doing nothing. Massive action is a discipline you should work on developing. Another area of focus is always say yes. To really go at it in life, you have to say yes to everything. It's something you'll see successful people do time and time again. Not because they can, but because they choose to say yes. They eagerly engage in life and understand that the word yes opens the doors to opportunities. They never say no to something unless they absolutely have to. Life is to be lived, something that is impossible to do when you're constantly saying no. Challenge yourself to say yes until you become successful and you're forced to say no. Until then, make yes a success habit. It will propel you to new adventures, new solutions, and new levels of success. Another area of focus is habitually commit. The successful fully and consistently commit to activities. This goes back to the concept of being all in. Unsuccessful people rarely fully commit to anything. They are always talking about trying. I'll try to do this, I'll try to do that. There is actually a massive shortage of those who are willing to commit to something. Devoting yourself fully to something means there's no backing out. It means you're gonna grow through all those challenges that you're gonna face and become a better person at the end of it. Commit fully as though you are already successful. Act as if. Another area of focus is go all the way. Only those who go all the way and see things through to the end arrive at success. Until an action is turned into a success, it's not done. Another area of focus is focus on now. Unsuccessful people focus on the past, whereas successful people focus on the now and the future. Successful people mostly focus on the now to create the futures that they want. We don't have time to waste. We can't go back and reclaim lost time. So we can't keep relying on excuses and putting off tasks. We have to do as much as we can now to create the futures that we want to see. Another area of focus is demonstrate courage. Courage is that quality state of mind that allows us to face dangerous situations in spite of fear. It's rare for people to lack fear, to be fearless. There's always some level of fear, and that takes courage to step up to that fear and then still move forward. Successful people carry themselves with an air of confidence and conviction because they have stepped through fear so many times that they know they can do it again and again and again and again. Courage is only attained by doing, especially by doing things that you fear. As you more frequently do the things that you fear, the level of fear eventually lessens. Another area of focus is embrace change. Successful people love change. Although you should never alter the things that are already working, you should always look for ways to improve what you're doing. Successful people know they must continue to adapt to remain victorious. Another area of focus is to determine and take the right approach. Successful people invest time, energy, and money in improving themselves. As a result, they don't focus on how hard the work is, but rather how rewarding the results are. Another area of focus is break traditional ideas. Successful people are often called thought leaders who design the future with forward thinking. They are not concerned with how things have always been. They are more interested in finding new and better ways. This allows them to discover new and better ways to accomplish their goals and dreams. Another area of focus is to be goal-oriented. Successful people are highly goal-oriented and always pay far more attention to the target rather than the problem. If you don't stay focused on your ultimate goals that you want to achieve, then you'll spend your life achieving the objectives of other people. Another area of focus is to be on a mission. Until you start approaching your job as though you're on a mission, it will always be reduced to just a job. You must undertake every activity with such an attitude that this endeavor could change the world. Adopting this attitude will increase your sense of fulfillment. Another area of focus is have a high level of motivation. Successful people continue to seek out and find reasons to stay motivated. This may be the reason why successful people are never satisfied. They are constantly stimulated by higher levels of action and achievements. They're always creating new reasons to keep showing up. Motivation is an inside job. You can't motivate somebody else. You can only motivate yourself. You can encourage, challenge, and inspire somebody else, but you can't motivate them to take action. Another area of focus is be interested in results. Successful people don't value efforts or work or time spent on an activity. They value the results. Like it or not, the results are the only thing that matter. Quit patting yourself on the back for trying. Save your rewards and high fives for real, actual accomplishments. Be hard on yourself and never let yourself off the hook until you achieve results. Another area of focus is have big goals and dreams. Successful people are always dreaming big and have big, lofty goals. They are not realistic at all. Dream big, go big, and then figure out how to get there. If it's a challenge for you to think big, then get around others who are already thinking big. And this will open your eyes to just how big you can think. Another area of focus is create your own reality. Successful people are not interested in what other people deem possible or impossible. They only care about producing the things that they dream are possible. Another area of focus is commit first, figure it out later. Most people think they have to know everything first before they can fully commit. But successful people understand that you must first commit, then figure it out. Because they are interested in the results and obtaining the results. And they know and understand that the how of everything will be figured out along the way. Another area of focus is be highly ethical. The most successful among us are driven by ethical obligation and motivation to do something significant that aligns with their potential. Another area of focus is be dedicated to continuous learning. Identify yourself as a learner. Successful people know and understand that their income, wealth, health, and future are all dependent upon their ability to continue to seek out new information and never stop learning. Another area of focus is be uncomfortable. Successful people willingly put themselves in uncomfortable situations where they are forced to stretch out their comfort zone. As you stretch out your comfort zone, life becomes easier. As long as you're willing to embrace the uncomfortable, success is not too far away. Another area of focus is reach up in relationships. Successful people constantly talk about having people around them who are smarter, brighter, and creative so that they can learn from these people and continue to level up. The average person only spends time around like-minded individuals. But successful people spend time around others who force themselves to grow and develop and become better. And next, focus on being disciplined. Remember, discipline is all about carrying out the actions that you need to take no matter what, no matter how you feel. You're going to do it anyway because you're looking at the result. You like the result, so you do it anyway. I hope this has been helpful. It's been a lot of fun. I've covered other previous chapters of the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone in other previous videos, so if you haven't checked those out, definitely check those out, and I'll see you in the next video.